So with the canal at the start really filled in, with a little bit of bridge renovation, generally it's going to start opening up properly as it goes towards Lockswood, and that's where you have boats, tourist boat, not hire boats as such, but tourist boats on a small area of the canal. And there's a pub which we'll get to. But it's not a long canal. Can't do towpath all the way. Going to be a little bit off track, unfortunately, but that's the way this particular canal is. But it makes it a different sort of walk. I guess that water kind of proves that it is a canal, or was a canal. Some kind of lock gates, even though it's not a lock, it's more of a slow the water down type gate, maybe flooding gate or something like that. Yep, it is. It's actually a floodgate bridge, rebuilt in 2002. Just switch you around. Across the canal at the flood bridge there, and continuing on towards Billinghurst. The funny thing is, I've been here before, just recognised it. These rushes, etc., weren't as bad as that when I saw it last time, because I was watching fish. Maybe fish there in winter, but nothing there now. So that's the River Arun. A bit more water in there this time, and obviously it's, I kind of guess it's a lock or something here. I'm sure there'll be a sign somewhere or a note to explain fully what this is. And so there is. Bit of historic canal stuff there. I'm not a historian, but basically you've got the river at the far side there. It's on a canal pumping one from one to the other. Canal goes on and through, but it comes to a stop. It just comes to a stop. There's obviously earthworks here of some description. I'm guessing it's part of a turning area for boats. It would have been bigger, but not anymore. It's beginning to rain. Let's get on towards Billinghurst. Across the open field there, a few cows in there, no great issues. I'm on the Wey South path now, which kind of follows the River Arun, which is down there, and what would have been the canal. Eventually it should open up to a canal. But this isn't, as I said earlier, not a towpath walk, which makes it interesting. Apart from the fact it's a little bit wet because it's rained and the ground is okay, but the plants are a bit iffy. I'm now back on the towpath. Because the canal is there. Down there, somewhere, there's a canal. Oh, there was a canal. On the map it says there's a canal. It's got a nice little blue straight line. To my right, there's the Arun meandering across this floodplain, which is over there. right, that goes to Billinghurst. If you go left, it takes you up towards Whisperer Green. That's the River Arun, and behind me, through these trees, is the canal. We are getting water. And traffic. Not sure if you like cows or not, or if you're unsure about cows, but there's a couple of cows kicking around here. Hi girls. Just coming through. Just coming through. Tip of the week, when you got cows, hello, talk to them. Make sure they know that you're there. Talk with confidence. Then you'll be fine. Don't run. Anyhow, canal here. Got lily pads. It's looking more like a proper canal walk now. In fact, it's looking rather beautiful. Couple of swans down there. Couple of mute swans, to be more precise. Didn't want to get too close because it can be a little bit feisty. So a little quick shot and I pulled away. This is really nice. Bit of a surprise, really. I honestly didn't expect this part of the canal to be like this. I didn't. Not too sure how long it'll go on for, but it's particularly good. Now, I do know this area floods, and it floods badly. So I won't suggest coming down here if you've been raining for some time, because that road we've just crossed, that bridge, that floods. So you can imagine how deep the water is. So you've got the canal here, you've got the river over there, you've got a few tributaries. It gets wet, very wet. Little stone there for kingfishers to rest. The beauty of this canal and other canals and walks and countryside is the wildlife that you can see on these walks. I've come across snakes, adders, grass snakes, slow worms, staghorn beetles, kingfisher once. Don't get out, you don't see. Looks like the open part of the canal at this particular point is now is it coming to an end? Well, it's not as open. You could say old versus new. Nice little seated area. Sit by the canal, have a sandwich, cup of tea from your flask. Bit of a crossroads of footpaths as well, I've noticed. But this is interesting. The lock there was the first one that the Canal Trust learnt and practiced their skills. And the second interesting thing is this pylon is the second pylon, or one of two pylons, to actually cross the canal, or a canal. There you go. Rain stopped. Canal's full of weed. There's water in there, but you can't really see it. And I think somewhere up here now, unfortunately, I've got to leave what would have been the towpath and do a bit of a diversion until I rejoin at a place called Malham. Not the Malham in Yorkshire, but Malham down south. This is one of the points where you've got to come away from the canal, and I'm going to go across the bridge here, across the Arun, and do a right circuit. Got to do it. Unfortunately, don't want to do it, but that is the way this walk is. So no trespassing, no walking on people's land you can't walk on. So I've got to do a loop, which will take me probably a 2k diversion around. You still get some amazing views, and just looking across at the river, you know, fantastic. So yeah, disappointment to having a cutout, which you know, a K2 of the canal, but it's still nice. It's still well worth it. And I'm just thinking to myself, because that's somewhere down here, the river, it's like autumn now. Is it autumn? Just the start of September? Maybe it's autumn of my life. The footpath away from the canal eventually takes you through some farms and houses and etc. And I don't tend to film around people's property. So you come on the path, no issues at all, and then you come across a thin tarmac road, which will then take us up to another footpath where we turn left, and that will then take us back to the canal. What a difference today is compared to yesterday. Hot, sunny, 27, 28, 29 degrees today. Wet, damp. But that's walking, that's England, and that's no excuses. Coming off the road now, and I've just noticed there's a guy training his gun dogs. Yeah. Back to the canal and the river. definitely a lock. Oh dear, dear. It will take a horrendous amount of money to get this canal up and going again. Probably the same amount that it cost originally. Just come out of Malham, which is really a bit of a farm complex, so again didn't film. Got a couple of Ks now, gone across fields next to wood lines, through woods up towards the canal. Getting a little bit hungry now. Ooh, 10:10. Maybe the pub's open when I get there. Back on the road, which will be about 800 metres up to the canal, and then we can join the tow path and where we have the tourist boats. Farmers. Don't think the pub will be open, unfortunately, but that's how it is. That's windings. On windings, there are, as it says there, you can turn your boat around and whatever else. Now there's boats down there, but and there's water in there, and I'm not sure how they get through there, but they must do. In fact, it reminds me of the African Queen. And if you're not too sure what that is, Google it. It's a film. house. What a house. Beautiful. I know it's not really used. Oh, giant hogweed. Don't touch. Yeah, I know it's not really used, but there's a lot of wildlife here, and there's fish jumping around, and herons, and everything. If this was part of an actual, oh man, leaves are dropping, autumn. If this was part of a proper working canal and we could actually link it through, this would be magnificent. Magnificent. Dogs down at the farm down there. But it is stunning, and you've got to come out to see this. And the blackberries. And the sloes for your sloe gin. Turn you around. Just check on those blackberries. Wow. Finally. Yes, finally. We have a working lock. Yeah, interesting. And now you do get the pleasure boats. Well, the kind of boats where you can sit in them and get taken up and down. Healthy stock of fish there, just floating around and swimming around the weeds, looking fairly good. And if you get fish that size, you know you're going to get some bigger fish. I have no doubt in here we got pike. Can't see any, but I'm sure they are around. Second lock, I guess. And what do I see in front of me? Which opens in 30 minutes. Yeah. Tempted. I could do with a break.